Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today, no matter where you look, one discussion seems to be everywhere: women's empowerment, financial independence, and women's rights. These conversations have become so common that many people assume these are entirely modern ideas. But before we allow society to define these concepts for us, let's ask a more important question: what guidance has Allah already given us? One of the most beautiful principles regarding a woman's financial rights is found in the Qur'an. Allah says, "For men is a share of what they have earned, and for women is a share of what they have earned." Surah An-Nisa 4:32. Take a moment to reflect on this verse. Allah clearly declares that whatever a man earns belongs to him, and whatever a woman earns belongs to her. This simple yet powerful principle establishes a woman's independent ownership over her wealth. Whether that wealth comes through business, employment, lawful trade, gifts, inheritance, or any other halal means, it remains her property. This is not a new concept introduced by modern society. It is a right that Allah established in the Qur'an centuries ago. Unfortunately, many Muslims know the debates taking place around the world, but they are unaware of the guidance that already exists in the Book of Allah. When discussing a woman's financial rights, one of the first things that deserves attention is Mahr. Today, Mahr is often treated as a mere formality. Sometimes it is written into the marriage contract without giving much thought to its importance, but Islam presents it very differently. Mahr is not a gift given out of kindness. It is not a favor from the husband. It is the wife's right. There should be no hesitation or embarrassment in speaking about this right respectfully. Islam does not teach that asking for one's rightful mahr is something to be ashamed of. At the same time, Islam also teaches moderation. A believer should never become excessively materialistic or selfish. However, if Allah has blessed a man with financial ability, there is nothing wrong with giving a generous mahr. Once that mahr is given, it belongs entirely to the wife. She may save it, she may invest it, she may use it to start a business, she may spend it in charity, or she may keep it for her future. The decision belongs to her because Allah has given her ownership over it. Mahr, however, is only one part of the financial rights Islam grants women. Islam also gives women the right to inherit. Many people have never studied the detailed rulings of Islamic inheritance. Depending on the surviving family members, the shares are distributed according to the laws established by Allah. Every situation has its own ruling, ensuring that wealth is divided with justice and wisdom. These laws were not revealed to deprive anyone of their rights, rather, they exist to protect those rights. There is another aspect of Islamic teachings that many people find surprising. Islam even recognizes the value of a mother's effort in nursing her child. A woman who breastfeeds her child has the legal right to request compensation for that service if the circumstances call for it. This demonstrates that Islam does not ignore a mother's sacrifices or assume that her efforts have no value. For many people, this may sound unusual because it is not something commonly practiced in our culture. But think about the conversations we hear today. Mothers often speak about physical exhaustion after childbirth. They speak about sleepless nights. They speak about not receiving enough support. They speak about having little time to care for themselves. Islam acknowledged these realities long before they became part of modern discussions. Rather than overlooking a mother's sacrifices, it recognized her efforts and established rights that protect her dignity. The problem is that many of us look everywhere else for solutions while overlooking the guidance that already exists within our own faith. The Quran did not leave these matters unaddressed. It gave women financial rights, it protected their ownership, it recognized their sacrifices, and it preserved their dignity. This naturally leads to another important question. If Islam places the financial responsibility of the family upon the husband, does that make him superior to his wife? Does it mean he becomes her owner simply because he is responsible for providing for her? That is one of the biggest misconceptions surrounding this subject, and that is exactly what we will explore next.